our bill tonight and has proved a complete sellout here at Watford. Pat Clinton, the holder, against Danny Porter, fighting more or less in his own backyard. Clinton is 25 years old, from Croy in Scotland, and he's making his first defence. Only 1 defeat in 14 fights and 7 knockouts to his name. What of Danny Porter? Well, he's the same vintage as Clinton, can hit as well. 6 knockouts in his 10 pro fights, but 3 defeats in there as well. It's over now to Jim Rosenthal and Alan Minter.
Second up.
Thank you, Tony. Good evening from ringside. Great to have a British title fight on seconds out, and tremendous local support for Danny Porter in the darkish shorts, the challenger in the blue and gold against the champion, the southpaw from Croy up in Glasgow, Pat Clinton. All sorts of injuries Clinton has had, especially to his hands, and he's so glad really to be here, fit and fighting and defending his 8-stone title for the first time. It's a big step up in class for Porter, who has built himself quite a reputation as a puncher. In fact, he says every natural flyweight he's ever fought has ended up on the canvas. He's had to take on bigger men to get work, as Danny Porter. But Pat Clinton knows this is a very important night for him, and that defeat here would leave him with very limited options. Both these two contemporaries as amateurs. That's a good shot coming in from Clinton early on, the southpaw. Both contemporaries as amateurs, both had good amateur careers, but never fought each other. But although there's so much at stake at the moment, they're the best of pals outside the ring. Alan Minter, what are your early thoughts on this British title fight?
Well, he looks very strong, Pat Clinton. You know, he's what he's doing. He's got a difficult southpaw stance, and he's throwing the straight right and the left to the body, and that body shot is hurting Porter.
Yes, it's a good start, this by this champion. He's also taken the assaults of Porter pretty well too. Just picked that one off on the glove very classily and got out of trouble when he felt the ropes on his back.
I mean, they're not taking their time in this opening round. They're going hammer and tongs at each other, and it's a great opener.
Once again, it's Clinton that seemed to land the cleaner punch there as Porter came in. And another good shot from Pat Clinton. And a good start for Clinton, this, and he's just that bit sharper. And his work looks classy too. Ducked the head, and Porter was punching air. And once again, Porter has that aggression behind him, and that'll give his supporters huge heart towards the end of the first. Well, a good start to this one. As we go back with Pat Clinton, won the title 19 months ago, the British title, and since then he's only had one fight, an unsuccessful challenge against Turkey's Ayot Khan for the European 8-stone title. That was, and he had terrible hand trouble throughout that fight and lost decisively on points. Both these men are 25, and Porter is 23 days younger than Pat Clinton. Danny Porter having an early tilt at this title. In fact, he lost his first couple of fights when he turned professional. And he says whenever he's fought a natural flyweight, he has come on top every time. So it's an interesting one, this, with Porter always the more aggressive fighter, but Clinton's class shining through the first round and certainly giving him the advantage on my scorecard anyway.
Good counter. Clinton. You know, Porter just can't fathom out the southpaw stance. Hopefully he's been sparring with plenty of southpaws, because he needs to. This Clinton is good class fighter.
Porter's been working really hard. He's sparred over 100 rounds. Been working very hard at his headquarters in Luton. But at the moment, the bridge in class looks just a bridge too far for Porter, but we can never ride him off because he has got the power. Very calm and relaxed before the fight, Danny Porter, but he said he's absolutely determined to come out of there with the Lonsdale belt. For Clinton, this really has the status of a world title fight. Another good shot coming in from Clinton, because he knows it's really win or bust here. And he's just making Porter look a bit ragged and a bit raw, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, Porter's trying a one-punch finish. You know, he's just got through in. But when you think about a Lonsdale belt on your waist, Jim, that drives you on.
Measured that shot so well there, Clinton. I've been so impressed with the way he's put his punches together from the first moments. Really found his range, but he's got a very ambitious challenger in front of him. And although he's winning the fight on points, he definitely hasn't quelled the challenge of this determined fellow. Danny Porter, born and still lives in Biggleswade. The majority of the crowd here in the Watford Leisure Centre are backing him, but he's stopping quite a few punches. There's a bit of wrestling, and there won't be a count there from referee Adrian Morgan. No count given, and in fact nothing said either, although I felt that Porter might just have wrestled into the floor there. And of course the time stopped as well in the second round, so both men go to the canvas, but no damage either way. Nonsense once again there, and I've certainly given Clinton this round too. It's from a fighting family. Pat Clinton, his uncle Jim won the ABA flyweight title back in '44 and 1947. His father Billy was Scottish flyweight champion, the 9th of 10 children. Pat Clinton. I have to say that I have been very impressed with Clinton so far. And that was a good shot, and just look at the way that Porter was knocked off his stride and lost his balance. And here's when they both wrestled to the canvas, a touch of the old come dancings really, and it all got a little bit tangled up, and down they went. Danny Porter is in there,
Second
so
round.
I can assure you.
Round 3.
Okay, third round, British title at stake, the British 8-stone title. The likes of Magri and Walter McGowan, and going back a few more years, Di Dower and Benny Lynch have held this title. And now the champion is up there defending it for the first time. The southpaw from Croy in Glasgow. Pat Clinton, and Pat Clinton was caught there, and that was probably the best punch that Porter's thrown so far. Seemed to land well with that one, Alan.
Well, you can't underestimate Porter, Jim. I mean, the man's relying on a one-punch finish, and as we know, he can hit, and he's a very strong, aggressive little man.
So it's a lovely contrast up there. And again, Clinton got through so well, and Porter, for a moment, seemed to lose his bearings. It is a contrast, though, between the sweet skills and sometimes the punishing skills of Pat Clinton and the raw aggression of the local favourite, Danny Porter. He knows he's taking a gamble, stepping up in class, and determined to make the most of it, but finding it an uphill struggle at the moment.
I mean, so far I've got Clinton well in front, but the thing is, the longer it goes, the better I think it'll be for Porter.
tries to tee off, and again he's successful. Midway through the third. Although Porter is doing his best to guard himself against those punches from Clinton, that's good stuff from Porter. You can't fault his heart or his desire here. But before that, Clinton clipped him with 3 or 4 really sharp punches. He really is a bit wild rushing in there, Porter, Alan.
Yeah, very, very strong, very wild. But I think he's worrying Clinton, because no matter what Clinton puts on him, no matter what punches he hits him with, he's still going forward and getting his own back, Jim.
We mustn't forget Clinton's history of hand trouble as well. They really are fragile weapons, those hands of Pat Clinton. To Clinton, I mean, he's only had 14 fights since he turned professional 4 years ago as a 21-year-old. A really excellent amateur, Clinton, though. ABA finals, and really did it all as an amateur, ABA champion, and fought for Great Britain in the Olympics over there in Los Angeles in '84. That was a good shot from Porter that got through to Clinton early in that round. Just 10 fights Danny Porter has had. And as an amateur, he's fought against John Lyon twice. Starting off so well. I have to say that I'm impressed by Porter's attitude, really. He was well relaxed before the fight. He knew he had a very, very big job on, and he hasn't been overawed at all, Alan. He's obviously in there against a much more skillful fighter.
Yeah, he fancied his chances, Jim. You know, you can't... When someone can punch, you've got to give them all the chance in the world, because that's all it takes is one shot. I mean, what Porter's got to do, and which he's doing, he's got to bully Clinton, push him back and hurt him.
Clinton's quick on the evasive side of things, but Porter is keen to get him close and keen to knock him off his perch, really, because he's really been the governor so far, and he's been dictating things a bit, and it's really to Porter's advantage if he can get in there and ruffle him and disturb him a bit. Clinton scores twice, 3 times, and then he's away once again as Porter looked to trap him in his own corner. Just a bit messy, and fought on because there was no call from referee Adrian Morgan to halt, and a bit of a rumble comes from the Porter supporters behind me as they just sense that their man might be getting the measure of the champion. Oh, that's a good shot that came in there. Really good shots from Clinton, and the confidence to follow through as well this time from the Scottish champion.
This round or two, Danny Porter, he's landed more punches in this round than he has all the way through, Jim.
Anyway, I've still got Clinton on. Clinton really ripped through Porter's guard a couple of times and made him look very awkward, and definitely hurt him there. And for the first time, I've seen Porter's mouth go open, and he's beginning to breathe just a bit heavily. The signs of Clinton's powerful punches. But Clinton had to take a step back there. It's a good fight, this one. A lovely contrast. And Porter is giving it absolutely everything in his efforts to win this British title. But Clinton's going really well at the moment. Round 5, can they reproduce the tempo and the excitement of the 4th? Falling behind me for Danny Porter to pressurise the champion, but it's easier said than done because he's been so quick and elusive and has hurt Porter as well. Just seems to be getting him off balance a bit, doesn't he, Alan? As though the southpaw starts to be something of a problem for Porter.
But all the time Porter's going forward, Jim, and pressuring Clinton. He's playing into Clinton's hands because the southpaw just loves that.
Picking him off each time he comes in too. But very much like Glenn McCrory up there in the northeast at the weekend, this support might help for Porter, but he's got big problems there. He's so keen to do well, and he's bleeding now, Porter, and he's been badly hurt in this round, and Clinton has time to finish it, and he's staggering across the rope, and Clinton has to be pulled off. He said he's okay, box on, says referee Morgan. He's going to do well to survive, and I think Clinton will finish him here, and he has. He's retained the title in devastating fashion, Pat Clinton. And a superb performance from him too. Danny Porter will be desperately unhappy in front of his own supporters. But Pat Clinton, after all that time out of the ring, his first defence of the title that he won 19 months ago, and there's kisses from Burt McCarthy, his manager. He knows how important the fight was to him. And really, for me, he just got better and better, and poor Danny Porter gave all that he could. But in the 5th round, Clinton overwhelmed him. I had Clinton winning just about every round up until then. Big round in the 4th that took a lot out of both men. And Porter was finished here, and referee Adrian Morgan had to pull the champion off him. Porter out through the ropes. He was a very tired man here. In truth, he was outclassed, Danny Porter, and that's a very impressive first defence by Pat Clinton, who feels he's capable of going on to European and even world titles, and let's hope his fragile hands hold out for that, because he is a very clever and accomplished fighter.
Gentlemen, please, after 1 minute, 16 seconds of round 5, ladies and gentlemen, with Porter not in a position to defend himself, the referee has stopped the contest. The winner, and still flyweight champion of Great Britain, Pat Clinton.
And the Lonsdale belt retained by Pat Clinton, but his sights are now on higher things.
All right, well, there's the evidence, Pat, but your manager said this was more like a world title fight for you tonight, really.
It certainly was. I mean, I've been out of the ring for so long now. I mean, it was a world title to me. If I get beat, I was going nowhere. But if I won, I'm going places.
Interesting contrast between the two of you tonight. He was coming forward all the time, and you were just picking him off almost at leisure, but not quite.
Well, I've seen, as I told you before, I'd seen Danny, and I knew just to counter punch him was my plan, and that's what I came out and done. Once I hurt at him, I knew I hurt at him. I just finished it there and then.
You certainly hurt him at the end. Would you like to see that again? Because you certainly had the bit between your teeth. You were very aggressive.
Yes.
Here it comes, look.
It's a lovely left cross, I think. There you go, right over the top. Caught me a right hack, right hand coming back.
This is the first time you had him down.
That's the first time, yeah. I mean, every shot is going in, is catching him cleanly on the chin. He's a brave boy to stand up to. That was 4 good solid punches.
And here's the end now with the writing on the
left
wall.
Cross. There you go, he goes. Right hand over the top again, left hook, never missed by 1 punch. There you go.
Why were you out of the ring, though, for 19 months? Is it just because of your hands, or was there nobody to fight, or what?
No, it was Injuries, always injuries. Neck trouble started and then hand injuries, both hands. I mean, I had tremendous trouble with them. I mean, I've had only one fight in 19 months. Well, this is my second. And the condition I was in the night was tremendous. Now, if I'd been fighting all the time, I'd be world champion just now. Only through injuries I hadn't been fighting.
Well, let's have a word about World Championships or European or whatever you like to look forward to next. Dave Boy-McCauley, of course, the IBF champion. You were due to fight him, weren't you?
That's right. Dave Boy jumped up above me and fought Duke McKenzie. Good luck to the guy who won the fight, but I think it should maybe have been fought Duke McKenzie. But hopefully Dave will give me a fight at his title now. He's actually one of the papers that quoted I wasn't in the same class as him. Well, if he wants to step into a ring, we'll soon find out.
That's not a bad challenge, is it? Anyway,
It's
Pat,
not a
thank
bad
you very much
challenge,
indeed. Enjoy the honour for the moment and look forward to
I'd like
better
to thank
things.
my manager, my trainers, and everyone that's involved with me. Thanks very much.
Okay, and even the partisan support for the other guy, I guess, had to applaud you in the end.
Most of them are Londoners and I'm a Scotsman. Thanks very much.
Okay.